What's up guys, this is Nick at Barbend.com. Today I'm going to be comparing two popular protein powders, Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard and Body Fortress's Super Advanced Whey Protein Powder. So Optimum Nutrition's Gold Standard doesn't really need any introduction. It's probably the most popular protein powder on the market. It's #1 seller on bodybuilding.com and Amazon. Body Fortress, on the other hand, it's pretty well known. You can usually find in places like Walmart and other places that specialize in lower cost goods. It's very well known, and the two of them actually have they have pretty similar ingredient profiles, but they actually have a lot of differences that I want to break down. So as far as the actual nutrition information goes, they're both pretty high in protein. Optimum Nutrition has 24 grams of protein, whereas Body Fortress has 30 grams of protein. That said, the calorie counts are very, very different. So Optimum Nutrition has 120 calories in a serving. That's just 3 grams of carbohydrates and 1 gram of fat, so just really, really high in protein compared to carbs and fat. Body Fortress, on the other hand, it's 200 calories per serving, so it's much, much higher in calories. For any protein powder that's very high. It has a really large serving size as well. It's almost twice as big as Optimum Nutrition's. It's a bit higher in carbohydrates too. It's got 8 grams of carbohydrates, but it's still pretty low in fat. Body Fortress has 40% of your recommended daily intake of cholesterol, so it's very, very high, and that's 4 times higher than Optimum Nutrition's. That's something to think about, but they're about equal in terms of sodium. However, so comparing the two is a bit tough. Body Fortress does have a lot more carbs, and it also has more fat as well. So just because it's more versatile, I'm a bigger fan of Optimum Nutrition. When looking at the actual ingredients themselves, there are a lot of similarities. They both contain soy lecithin for mixability. They both have the same artificial sweeteners. A big difference is that Body Fortress's first ingredient is whey concentrate. So that means that's the reason why it has more carbs and more fat than Optimum Nutrition. I should also note that Body Fortress doesn't contain any digestive enzymes, even though it contains lactose and gums. So that means that this may be a bit tougher to digest than Optimum Nutrition's. And finally, what Body Fortress has that Optimum Nutrition doesn't, they have an extra super recovery blend of creatine, taurine, and glutamine, all of which are present in very small doses and probably not much to make much of a difference. So just as far as, again, Gold Standard comes out as the more versatile product, so I think this one wins the ingredients. When comparing the price of these two products, it's actually the same by weight. So these are both 2-pound tubs, and they both cost about $30. However, as I mentioned earlier, Body Fortress has a much, much larger serving size. So these 2 pounds here will give you 18 servings, and for that is $1.66 per serving, which winds up at 5.5 cents per gram of protein. Optimum Nutrition, on the other hand, this 2 pounds here will give you 29 servings, so it'll give you 10 more servings. It's $1.03 per serving, and winds up at 4.3 cents per gram of protein. So Optimum Nutrition is definitely the cheaper product. When comparing the taste of these two products, obviously taste is pretty subjective. This is double rich chocolate. But it's actually quite mild. It's not like a big double fudge chocolate sort of flavor. It's pretty mild. It's great with milk. With water, it's a bit bland, but that's kind of to be expected. Body Fortress, on the other hand, it's sort of a much darker flavor, but at the same time it's also mild. It's a little bit unusual, and I will say that when you drink it, it sort of sticks to the insides of your mouth a lot and really hangs around your mouth for a long time after consuming it. It's not very pleasant. It also doesn't mix very well at all. You get a lot of chunks of protein powder when you consume it. They're both pretty bland with water, and they're decent with milk, but in my opinion, Optimum Nutrition definitely tasted better. Alright, those are my thoughts on Optimum Nutrition Gold Standard and Body Fortress Super Advanced Whey Protein Powder. In my opinion, Gold Standard definitely came out on top, but you can check out the full comparison at the link below at barbend.com.